So, hello, everybody on LinkedIn. Welcome to Talk About TV, where we talk about all things experiential outdoor hospitality. I am your host, Michelle Oliver, and today's episode is sponsored by Evolve Lodging. We come to you every Wednesday with something that you probably don't yet know about outdoor hospitality. And today, I'm actually really excited about this conversation. I'm here with Bobby Sorden, and we've talked in the past about some unrelated things for today, but today he is going to educate us and probably inspire and maybe even entertain because he's
Maybe.
a musician at heart. On what is it called? App My Community.
That's
And
right.
I'm
Yes.
familiar with this from a long time ago in another kind of orientation. So I know I'm ignorant. And like, I was like, what do you do with that? And so now I know a little bit more, but I'm very interested in being educated. So the floor is yours.
Oh, great. Well, thank you so much for having me on here. I really appreciate it,
Uh,
Michelle. It's always fun to be a part of this industry. I enjoy being on these podcasts and talking about what we can do. And yeah, so at my community, it's a great company. It's actually developed and ran by a husband-wife team. Their name is Joe and Rose Dumig. It's a great story of how it came about. Joe and Rose are avid RVers. They have a motorhome, and about 8 years ago, they had four daughters at the time. They were,
Wow.
yeah. Well, it gets better than that. I'll tell you a little bit more about that. They're quite the, in my opinion, like the hero parents. They got, as I said, 8 years ago, they had four daughters, and
Yeah.
they were going out to, I believe it was South Dakota, if I remember correctly, to visit Joe's dad. And they
Mhm.
were staying at an RV park in South Dakota. And when they got there, they got set up, and then all of a sudden, one of those kiddie trains went by that was getting pulled by a tractor. And of
Yeah.
course, the four daughters are like, "Mom, Dad, we want to be on this train. How do we get on this?" And Joe and Rose were like, "Well, we didn't even know they had a train here." And they're shuffling through all the paperwork they got at check-in, and they're like, "We don't see anything on here about it. We don't know what time or where it starts and stops." And so that was like their first inclination of like, there's got to be a better way for parks to communicate with their guests. So they stayed at the park and learned some other stuff about things that they didn't know about that they missed at the park. And then on their drive back home, they live in Missouri, so they were driving back to Missouri. Joe's a developer by trade, and
Ah,
Rose worked for hospitality. So she worked for hotels like Ritz Carlton and helped with the hospitality aspect.
yeah,
Um,
great.
they just got this idea, and Joe said, "You know what? I'm going to try to see if I can start coding something to make like an app for these parks." So they went back home, and about 6 months later, they had their very first app built, and they approached that same exact RV resort in South Dakota that they stayed at and said, "Hey, we were inspired by your park to build this app. We'd like to show you it and see what you think about it." And they loved it so much that was their very first customer, and to this day is still their customer.
Well, okay, I'm going to interrupt for
Sure,
just a
anytime.
second because that's the way to build a business,
Mhm.
right? Just look for the need and fill it, basically.
Exactly.
So,
That's exactly right, and that's what they did. And here it is, 8 years later. We now have about 200 RV resorts, close to 80 chamber of commerce, and then
yeah,
a handful of like schools and things of that nature. So,
that's how
um,
I knew about it was through a chamber. I don't know if it was Fort Collins or maybe Evergreen when I was
Evergreen,
there.
yes, Evergreen would be the one you're probably referring to. So Evergreen's one of our customers. So yeah,
Okay, yeah,
and
and that's kind of a unique chamber, actually. It's
yeah,
a unique community for sure.
yeah.
Okay,
Can you see this
so
on your screen there? I'm sharing the
yeah,
app here. So this is
perfect.
actually the Evergreen. Everything Evergreen is what they call it, and this is a Chamber of Commerce style app. So what they really try to do is promote the eat, shop, play, live, work, stay type atmosphere. So if you're looking for a local restaurant there in Evergreen, you pull it up, and here's all the lists that are Chamber of Commerce members. So if you go in Evergreen, you just pick it up, and you can see here's Astro Coffee or Bojo's Colorado Style Pizza. And when you click on it, it gets you the information you need. So that's the design of the app, is for any community to be able to have quick resource to find what you're looking for within that community, whether it be a
Bobby, oh my gosh. Sorry to interrupt you again. I love this
anytime.
so much. You know, I just moved to Cherry Creek North, as you know, like
Yeah.
in October or September. And we could use something like that here.
Yeah.
There's actually a woman that you should reach out to.
Yeah.
I'll
Give
send
me
you
some
her
information.
contact information because I'm amazed at, first of all, there's so much new development here. They are literally tearing down blocks of buildings and building these new things. And every week I hear about another new restaurant. I'm like, where is it?
Yeah.
How could I not see it? It's a small radius here, but this
Yeah.
would be so perfect for Cherry Creek North.
I agree. And what's cool about the app too is the administrators of the app can actually send out push notifications. So if you have the app downloaded to your phone, if
Yeah.
that new restaurant became a chamber restaurant, they can say, "Hey, everybody, we got a new restaurant. Here's their information." And if you notice when you click on like all restaurants, and I click here on Astro Coffee, there's actually a map that'll pull up and show you exactly where it is from where you are at your location. You can see I'm down here in Colorado Springs. So it's an
Mm-hmm.
hour and 10 minutes from me up to the one right up there at Evergreen. So that's what the app's designed to do
Really
is find
cool.
things quickly for you, make it easy for you to either call them or go and look at their menu, and and basically the town or the city can support the local businesses.
Oh, I really love that. Okay, so on, can you show us an example for like an RV resort and
Yeah, definitely.
is will it pull up a map of the resort?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You can see here. This is actually actually what I was going to show you our demo app, but actually I'd rather, since we're live, it'd be better to show you one of our. I'm going to promote
Yeah.
this park really well, but one of our largest parks right now is Lakewood, and they're in Myrtle Beach. So they use this app
Mega park.
very
Wow.
well. Mega park, yeah. They have over 1,000 sites at this park right on
Good
Myrtle Beach.
grief. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? That's
Check this out. Look at the
unbelievable.
size of this thing. This
That's
is
like a
their resort
town.
map.
Oh my
As
gosh.
you can see, as I zoom in, those are sites. So you can see
Oh my
how
gosh.
big this
That's
place is.
nuts.
The reason why we promote Lakewood a lot, we show a lot of our potential customers at conferences and expos and things of that nature. We show them this one because we actually learn a lot as a company from Lakewood and their staff on how they utilize the app to make it a great experience. They went completely paperless and cashless after they got our app because you can charge right through the app. You can make purchases through the app. So, like, say you want firewood delivered to your site, you can actually fill out a form right here on the app and say, "Hey, I want to get some firewood delivered." It'll send a notification to the staff and they'll bring the firewood right to you and you pay for it right through the app. So we've learned a lot with Lakewood and what you can and can't do just through the app. And they even have an employee section where when you're logged into the app, because you can actually go up here to the little three lines at the top there and click on login, and
Yeah.
they set up their staff with their own login information, and they keep their entire staff schedule on there. And they keep any information to the staff saying, "Hey, just so you know, we got some new guests that are coming in at site 24. Be sure to go over and say hi to them when they show up." And all that's within the staff area. You can also create groups for just seasonals. So if you have a seasonal guest or year-round guests, they can have their own little area in the app. So the app is limitless of what we can do to make it a good experience for the RV resorts, the holiday parks, the Chamber of Commerce, anything out there.
I really love this. I know that one of the things we often speak to our clients about is, of course, the booking system that they are using and how to pre-sell things,
Yep.
experiences, and, maybe food delivery or whatever. But there's always going to be what's happening at this moment.
Yep.
And you can just massively increase your revenue with this.
Oh yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah, you
So,
say it right there. I mean, they'll have like concerts or little bands come in on the weekends or something. They can
yeah.
people can actually purchase tickets, RSVP, and everything right through the app. And if you notice right now, I'm actually on the scheduled
Wow.
events, and there's a
Yeah.
little star next to it. If I push the star next to that right there, that art cell, you see how I just went gold?
Yes.
I have that starred, it's going to remind me 15 minutes before that event starts to say, "Hey, the art cell's happening at 10 a.m. You got 15 minutes." And if I click on the art cell, I can say, "Well, I don't know exactly where it's at." Well, I click right here on the map, and now I have the location of where the art cell is going to be right on the map. So now I know
Wow.
where to
This is ingenious. I cannot believe I didn't even know about this.
go.
I wonder if you told me and I didn't.
Oh, well, actually, I don't even know. The last time I think we saw each other was in Branson at the COE show, and I wasn't with at my community. I just started with them this year, January 1st.
Okay, that's why.
So,
Okay, so let me ask you another question, if you don't mind me just randomly
oh,
interrupting
look,
to ask
this is your
questions.
show. I'm on
Um,
YouTube, so
oh
you
my
tell me.
gosh. Okay, so I'm assuming that it's very user friendly, and like if I had that for my property,
Mhm.
I am the one or someone on my staff can go in and make these changes and updates quite simply.
Exactly. And I'm glad you brought that up because that's going to be the next thing I'm going to show you right now is the actual app admin console. So I'm going to stop
Perfect.
in this window because I got to jump into another one because
Yeah.
you're bringing up a very good point here. Let me get logged in here so we get my credentials up and going. And then I'm going to bring this up. So now I'm going to bring up our demo app. So hopefully you can see
Okay.
this screen now.
Yes.
Cool. So if you notice, this is what we call the app admin console. So with the app admin console, let's pretend that you have your own park, Michelle. We call it Michelle Oliver's RV Resort. You get this app admin console with your own URL. You log in, and if you notice, the center part of this looks just like my cell phone. So that center part is all the buttons.
Yes.
You can change the shapes and you can add any buttons. You have full control on when to change things, when to add things to the schedule. If you need to send out a notification, say there's a high wind storm that's coming in and you want to let everybody know to pull in their awnings. You can click right here on send notification and say, hey, high wind warning. We recommend pulling in your awnings and then push submit. And it'll actually give them
This
a
is
notification.
unbelievable. I love the ease of
Yeah,
use.
it's so
And
easy.
I also want to comment on that dashboard because it's so smart to have it be something that's so familiar that
Yes.
we're all used to. So what's the location button? What does that do? Is
Which one
that
are we looking at? Location button.
four down? Well, it looks like a
Yep.
location button. Four down in the middle. Is that
Oh,
the,
local spots right here.
oh, local spots.
Yeah,
Okay.
local
Yeah.
spots. So this is just like the like I was talking about the Chamber of Commerce. You can add anything you want to. One of my favorite parts about this app and is because I'm a marketing guy. I'm a business guy. I'm an
Yeah.
entrepreneur. I
Yeah.
want to help promote local businesses. So if I had an RV resort nearby and there was a local restaurant that I want to help
Yes.
promote, the cool thing about this is I can go to that local restaurant and say, hey, I just got a new app for my park. My goal is to promote your business and everybody around the park to my campers or my guests. However, I'd
Hmm.
like to help offset the cost of the app because we do have to charge the RV resort in order to use this so we can maintain our
Right.
way of making money. So here's
Sure.
a great way to promote them. So I have a dining button here. So you can do the same thing if this was your own park. And I can have several different types of buttons like delivery. And you can just simply come here and click add item. And then you can see we have a whole bunch of choices of what types of buttons we can add to this app. So in
Yeah.
this case, I have a dining all restaurants button. This lists all these restaurants. So now watch how cool this is. As you can see, all these restaurants are on here. Let me do a quick little refresh here, make sure everything's matching up correctly. So you said you're up in the Cherry Creek area, right? What's a
Right.
what's a favorite restaurant that's nearby you?
Le Colonial.
Okay, now you're gonna have to help me
You
spell.
should you gotta come eat at this place. It's
How's it spelled?
LE
L-E.
sort of, and then Colonial, the second word.
Okay. All
COLONIL.
right, right here, Little Colonial Dimmer on Fillmore Street.
Yes.
Okay, so see right here, this thing's powered by Google. So when I started typing
Ah.
in La Colonial, it automatically pulled up the one here on Fillmore Street. And watch what happens when I click it. As soon as I click this button, it automatically brought me the phone number. It automatically pulled in the map of where it's located by its address according to Google and the website. Right now, it's
Oh
actually
my
pulling in the
gosh.
Google Places images. And right now, does that look like the front door of the building? So
Yes.
you can
That's
see it
crazy
automatically pulled
from the
everything
street
in.
view.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I just click submit now, and now I have a new button here called La Colonial Denver, and now it's on my app. So I could actually go to these businesses and say, hey, I can get, and all of these buttons are tracked. So everything goes into our data analytics. So you could actually tell this business that we'll track every single time this button's been clicked on, and maybe once a month or once a quarter, we'll send you over a message or send you over the spreadsheet that shows somebody clicked on your phone number through our app 140 times in the last quarter.
This is
That way
wonderful.
they can keep track of that data.
I love this. Bobby, we only have 5 minutes left. I
I know.
can't believe it. I talked too much
I do
off
too.
camera at the beginning. No, I think I might even have you come back again, like to go I'd like to go visit one. We should talk about who you have on this thing.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'd love to go interview them about like how it's working for them. This is so great. You know who else I think you should go talk to are all the destination management organizations. I have a friend that she's now the CEO at Grand Junction of it's like Visit Grand Junction or Visit Estes Park. This is such a an elegant tool
Mhm.
and it solves so many problems. And it's like the book I had, you know, all those dummy books like
Yeah.
fixing your Volkswagen for dummies or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Anybody could go in there and
Oh,
do what you just showed us to do. The
yeah.
other thing I was thinking is like with the local places, obviously, I mean, people forget how much revenue can come in from kind of joint venture things, little partnerships where you get paid on every ticket sold for rafting or whatever. This is an incredible tool.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else do you want to share with us? And you're going to definitely have to come back.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'll be happy to. And
I'm
yeah, that's the
so
goal.
excited
We
about it.
work.
I will help you promote this. Go
Yeah, well,
ahead.
we appreciate that, of course. I mean, the app is, we work with a lot of tourist groups as well, like just, ones you already mentioned, some of those ones that you mentioned, we work similar with them, Chamber of
Okay.
Commerce, as I already talked about. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, the goal is just to help have a tool that everybody in the community can utilize. And Joe and Rose's goal was to build something where if they had, say, like an older work camper that was working the front desk, be in charge of the app. As you can see, it's all just point, click, drag, drop, very simple to change, very simple to update. And once it's live in the stores, you can see here on my phone, as soon as I make a change on this is really cool. You can't see what I'm doing over here, but I'm actually going to enable sorting. And this is a live app on my phone. So I'm going to actually move this ticket button down here and watch when I click save
Oh,
order, it
yeah.
automatically just moved it from there down to the other one. So what I'm saying is this is live integration. So as soon as you change something, it automatically updates in the store on everybody's phone. So it's a great tool to use.
Else it does, it can inform your marketing.
Yeah.
It can literally give you a new template for your marketing because every time you add something like that, you can promote them while you're promoting yourself. You can have people when they leave a review there, leave a review. I mean, it's just like it's like connecting everything.
Yeah. And we have, like I said, several parks that utilize it. They have great resources, and we always like to talk about Lakewood because we learn a lot from them. But out of all the 200 parks, all 200 of them use it in their own way because, as we all know in this industry, every park is different based on your location
Very different. Oh my
and
gosh.
attractions
I
and
mean,
amenities.
so can a mom and sorry, I keep interrupting you, but
Oh
it's
no,
out of enthusiasm. Can a mom and pop afford something like this?
yeah, definitely
You have
can.
different levels of,
Yeah, so we have different tiers, and I share the pricing. So any park that's 150 sites or less is $2,100 for the year, an annual
okay.
licensing fee. But what I always promote to those parks, they're like, oh, that's kind of pricey, is
Yeah,
that's your opportunity now to reach out to local businesses, attractions, and say, hey, I'm just making this number up. They can do whatever charge they want. $20 a month. I'll put all your information on my app underneath the dining button. And then we'll track those
great
data.
idea.
So if you get
So
10
they're
people at 20
paying
bucks
for,
a month,
right, you're
you're
golden.
offsetting the cost of your app and you're promoting your
Oh
local
my
business.
gosh. Do you have anyone in Colorado on this right now?
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
they're texting
definitely.
me. I'm supposed to be on a meeting.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
definitely. No,
Do
let's
you
talk
have
more.
anyone in Colorado?
Well, we got Evergreen as the Chamber of Commerce, but yeah, we have a few RV parks as well that I can get you some information about. So
Okay. You're awesome. This was
thanks
really
for
fun.
having me, Michelle. I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
We'll do it again. I'm sorry I
Oh
have
no, I
to
get
cut
it.
it short,
We're
but
all busy. We
we
got
will
calls.
be back. And I'm sure I didn't know. I didn't know. So there are probably a lot of other people.
Yeah,
This is our Wednesday, What You Don't Know About Outdoor Hospitality. Tremendous opportunity. Reach out to Bobby. Bobby, maybe go back in the comments of this and put your contact information in there.
yeah,
That would be awesome.
yeah,
Okay.
definitely do that.
Have a wonderful week, everyone. Happy Wednesday.